social worker, Jamie Langley. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you too. I've heard so much about you because Jamie is actually related to JTV's own Dana Vance.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, last week your superintendent, Jeff Punches, was here, and we talked about a few things, and he was telling us we need to get Jamie on the show, but it's already been in the works.
Yes, actually. Karen emailed me the same day that he said he was coming to see you, so it worked out perfectly.
And he brought nice gifts for the morning show crew.
Well, I heard that you're the grill master, so your very own East Jackson apron.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, that's great. I'll put it to good use.
Good, I'm glad.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks so much. Well, we wanted to talk to you because we're at the 5-year anniversary of COVID, and it turns out it's pretty much your 5-year anniversary at East Jackson.
It is indeed, yeah.
Did you start right there at COVID?
I started on Monday at East Jackson, and COVID shut down on Friday. So
Wow.
yes, I literally was thrown right in.
So you were there for the very beginning, all throughout, and then the aftermath, which we're still dealing with. What would you say? How did, from your standpoint, did education in general change since the shutdown?
I think that it has changed in some good ways. Education has become more flexible to meet the needs of students that necessarily don't want to come into the building. We have online options. We have some work-based programming where they can work and come into the building. We have some hybrid students that do both, do online and in the building. But I think some students have been left behind in this process, and so it's really important that we keep in contact with those students and try and meet them where they're at.
I think about the juniors and seniors at that point. Mm-hmm. They lost everything, their prom, their graduation, a lot of the end of the school year activities, which they never got back because they were gone. They graduated and went on. But thinking about kids that maybe were in middle school, elementary school, did you notice that there are kids that never came back, never got back engaged with education?
Yeah, my daughter, my youngest daughter actually was a senior, so she missed all that during the COVID days. But yeah, our current freshmen were in 4th grade when COVID happened. So they were missing those fundamental skills of just talking to one another, interpersonal communication, conflict resolution, on top of math and reading and all those other skills that are necessary for school. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot of growth that needs to happen to get these kids ready for the real world out there. And we try and remind them of that every day. You know, that's our job as a high school, to get them ready to go out into the world. Yeah,
and the real world isn't just out there, it's in the school. And I think about things like lockdowns.
Yeah. We do participate in drills. We have a fabulous community resource officer who is through Blackman and, you know, keeps us safe every day. But threat assessments are a real thing. So, yeah.
When I was in school, we didn't have a social worker, not a regular one. One came in like once every couple of months. And it was hard to get to see that person. Mm-hmm. What kind of access does a typical student have with you or someone that's part of your team?
Mary Rodriguez is our school counselor. I have an open door policy. A lot of the kids will email me and say, hey, you know, can I stop by? There are days that you're prioritizing. There's, you know, lots of things going on. So not every day does everybody get seen or necessarily get what they need. I give a lot of snacks. But kids are hungry and their brains need that food to be fed, right? And so I just try and meet students and staff where they're at. You know, I have a lot of staff that stop by too, just need to dump sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we lost a lot of teachers during COVID. They just, you know, they had enough years in, and it was time to retire.
Yeah.
And for those that remained, it's, you know, there's still, people need a mental health day.
Absolutely. Yeah, we all need a mental health day. There's so much to do, and, you know, we really put a lot into our students. I will say that meeting them where they're at is the most important thing.
So being able to come in as a student and unload. What about students that never, you know, maybe take the time, or they're too afraid to go to the social worker or talk to somebody about some, personal mental health issues?
Well, that happens all the time too. I mean, I have teachers that will say, hey, can you check on so-and-so? Or, I might just see a kid in the hall, and it might be just a quick, hey, how are you doing today? A thumbs up. It seems silly, but I have a personal needs closet, and if, a student needs a brush or a rubber band for their hair, those are ways that I can connect with those kids so that they know they can come to me when they do have that moment. But we're a small community, and we really build on each other, and so I think that's one of the best things about East Jackson is that we really do know the kids really well, so we kind of all look out together.
You brought some photos. Let's take a look, see what's happening at East Jackson. What's going on here?
So this is our community caring dinner. We invited the community to Fazoli's dinner, or not Fazoli's, I apologize, Olive Garden dinner, and decorated the cafeteria, and we had prizes and just talked about the new things and the exciting things that are happening at East Jackson.
So it's you and Mary Rodriguez?
Mary Rodriguez is our counselor.
Okay.
And in the picture you have Eric Kramarzik. He is one of our special ed teachers, and Jeff Punch is our superintendent.
Yeah.
So Mary and I try really hard to make things fun. This was when the Olympics were happening. We had lunchtime Olympics, and so the kids from each grade, we stacked books to see how long they could hold them and how much weight they could hold. So we did fun games every day during lunch. We do have a guessing contest once a month, so we try and make things fun. This is our SRO, Pat Rose, and our basketball coach with one of our students. This was at Shop with a Hero, and making connections with community members is very, very important. So that's how we get so many resources for our students and families. So this is a great example of that.
What'd you do? Was this Shop with a Cop Day or something?
Yeah, Shop with a Hero, yeah. And this is actually Radiant Church, and they came and adopted many of our families as well. And so, we're really, really appreciative for all the connections that we have in the community, and people see that, we're a great resource for both them and for us.
So you're not just working in the school, you're doing community outreach.
Yeah, I do a lot of community outreach. We're actually having 2 open houses this week to local community members to come and see what's happening at East Jackson, talk about the bond that's coming up in May, and our work-based learning program and our Prime program, so that they can see the cool things that we're doing. And
you also do grant writing.
I do. I've written quite a few. I've worked with the Jackson Community Foundation on several grants, but the latest grant that I've written with our new Dean of Students, Skylar Stoker, he is a semi-professional or professional disc golf player, and so we wrote a grant to see if we could get a disc golf course at the schools. So, yeah.
Oh, neat. Now, you've been at East Jackson for about 5 years, but you've been a social worker for more than 25?
More than 25.
25 years.
Thank you.
That's a lot. How did you get into why did you choose that as your profession?
Well, my silly response is that I didn't have to take college math. Math is not my strong suit. I tell the kids that all the time, that math is not my strong suit. But, Dana, my stepmom, was a social worker, so I think that was a good in for me too,
Yeah, college math, that kind of messed me up too.
So yeah, that's the track they put you on.
Were you working in schools before East Jackson?
I've worked for the health department for 11 years, and then I worked for Head Start for 11 years. So I've worked with all age kids, newborn all the way up to 18. So
it seems like kids are more resilient than us grown-ups.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're still talking about COVID. Are they still mindful of it?
I don't think COVID necessarily. I think they're really mindful of the resources that are available to them. And I think they're very mindful of their emotions and their feelings. And, I think that's been one of the good things that's come out of COVID. They realize that, hey, it's okay to cry. It's okay to have these emotions. There's resources out there for them.
Well, Jamie, thanks for taking great care of our kids.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
Yeah. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the apron.
You're so welcome.
Jamie Langley, social worker at East Jackson Secondary School at East Jackson Community Schools.